What is up, guys? Today, okay, we're good. Okay, so what is up, guys? Welcome to another live session. Today is November 14th, 2019. It is a Thursday, and this week flew. Tomorrow is Friday, and a quiet week in terms of volume, but quality trade setups is what we strive for, and we're not complaining. Aussie yen, I mean, just a beautiful melt, and we discussed this yesterday, and that 38.2 fib level has come into play as we discussed. Let me zoom in. So if you didn't watch yesterday's live session, good morning to you guys. It's right here, go ahead and watch it. But what we talked about was we were here on this candle, and we talked about the 38.2 fib level. Let's go to the smart time. Actually, let's go to 1 hour so you guys can see. So on yesterday's live, we drew these fib levels, right? From the recent high to the recent low we made. We were somewhere here during the session, and I really wanted to enter, but I knew there was a retrace possible because we printed a hammer. And we did break a key hourly level, right, at 74,300. And so I let you guys know that the 38.2 fib level is fairly close to that level, and that's where we can go to get a retest. And just look for a rejection candle to go lower. And if we zoom in, this candle right here is that rejection candle. So depending on where you got in, if you had the charts open, or if you just had an alert on TradingView, this was a rejection candle as it closed well below the previous bull candle. And if you didn't get in there, there was also another chance to get in from here, and this was because of the rate statement or the unemployment data for the Aussie. So it came out worse than expected. Unemployment actually increased by 0.1%. And so we had this big move. So we had, a chance here to get in. And from this original entry, it actually happened when I was in a meeting, 74,323. Let's just go down. We are currently at 73541, so 80 pips. Even if you got in here, you're still up 50 pips. So even after this big bearish candle, if you got in right after, you're still up 50 pips. So a pretty solid trade. And the 4 hour, let alone the daily, the 4 hour looks very bearish. Very fat bearish candles heading lower. And you can see our next target will be 73.100 area. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight 4 hour candles, just bears taking over. And so there might be a minor retrace, but we're definitely headed there. Looking to the left, I don't see any near-term support to hold up Aussie yen right now. We spoke a bit before, when we close below 73,900, this hourly level with the blue line, we usually spill lower, and that's the overall thought process of this trade. Going to the daily, you can see just how bearish Aussie yen has turned. I mean, that daily candle. Come on, let's get real. Let's get real. Come on. This is just domination. The yen is just dominated. And we're going to go lower. Let's just see how much. You guys know that rate ranges. Sometimes we might get 70% of the range, so somewhere down here. Sometimes 80, sometimes a full range. So take some profits off the table. It is Thursday. Move stops into profit or even entry, depending on where you entered. And so this was analyzed Monday. We got the entry yesterday, and a great setup. So as Aussie yen dropped in the email that I sent out yesterday. So after every live session, I always send out a recap of the session, and usually that recap has some explanations and also just overall thought process behind the session. And we used euro yen as a correlate. We use that word as a correlation in yesterday's email, and that is because when Aussie yen drops or any yen pair drops, It's the same for most. And so we currently see Euro Yen not as dramatic, but we're still sitting pretty nice. 119.465 is as far as we went. We had entry at 120.07, so 60 pips, and we have a long way to go. So who knows where it'll take us. It could end here, which is still a great trade. My fault. If it goes all the way there, that's even better. So pretty decent. And today I wanted to look at minors, just because we've been looking at majors so much. And tomorrow the dollar has core retail sales. So let's just take a peek at the schedule. Today's Thursday. The rest of the day is pretty quiet. We have, some Canadian Bank of Canada stuff at 10:45 p.m. Eastern. I don't think it's going to be too major. Friday's quiet except for these two things right here, retail sales and core retail sales at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And they're projected to be, this one's supposed to be, the core is supposed to be better than expected. Retail sales is supposed to be just a bit worse. So we'll see how that pans out. We are in Euro USD still, so I want to take a look at that before we look at some majors. And then we can go from there. So if you guys have any pair recommendations, let me know. And so Euro Yen it's kind of stalled, really. It's pretty close to where it was yesterday. Really sitting tight at that 1.09900 support level, and this could be an indication that it might be time to close out indefinitely, or even just take a nice chunk of profit off the table. I have a 0.50 still running. I might just close it out right now. Let's take the 4 hour. Yeah, we're creating a lot of hammers. I don't really like that. And we have, let's see, 30 pips to go to our final target. 30 pips. I don't think it's really worth it to hold on to. So close out. Let's just actually, you know what? My bad. Don't close out. What we'll do is we'll move our stops right to this level. We'll give you a specific level. This is in profit, so 1.10400. Move your stop loss. We'll keep it there because if tomorrow's U.S. data comes up better than expected, we could get that news to push all the way down to here anyways. So we'll keep it as is, and this way it'll be more than a risk-free trade. We're gonna have some profits secured, and if we do get stopped out, it's not an entry, it's actually in profit. So we'll do that, and the final target, as we discussed before, 1.09600. Let's hopefully pray that the data tomorrow can drive it down. And just gonna take a quick peek at the chat and then go over some minors, and we'll end it off. Derlin, is it possible when calling out live trades to type it on the screen? I could do that. I'll do that from now on. Derlin, can you not see this? Hold on, let me see. I could do that. It's just let me make our sessions a bit longer, but just a word of advice. Usually when I put this stop loss profit tool, this red number here is the stop loss, and then the green number here is the take profit. And each line you see within the green shaded area is our take profit levels. But I could do that from now on, just to make it easier, if that's what you guys want. Luke, are you some kind of Forex god or something? Awesome stuff. I try, man. What's up, Chris? Audience setup is working nicely. Taking some pips here with negative data coming out. Awesome. Glad you got the Aussie yen trade. Great stuff. Is the profit loss indicator used on the live sessions available publicly? Yes, it is. So to access it, just click this tool right here, and choose long or short, and there you go. It's free. So TradingView is free, and yeah. So let's look at some minors. We'll keep this session pretty short. Tomorrow's Friday, so don't want to be in too much unnecessary trades. But let's look at Euro NSD, which there's a nice short yesterday, which we kind of missed, but we didn't really look at it anyways. kind of a long right now, actually. Let's pop to the 4 hours. So let's talk about the short setup that was there. The short was from here, this level. We've talked about it before, but in terms of longing, kind of missed that from down here. Let's check the next one. If you have any minor recommendations that you want me to look at, let me know. I'm just going to go through some of my favorites to see if there's anything. CAD CHF. Okay, so CAD CHF melted this week. Nice. Coming to some hourly support. Don't really want to take that trade. Let's take a peek at NSD CAD, which was pretty nice to us over these past few months. Ooh. Okay, this is when we had that potential short, and damn, that's a bearish candle on the daily time frame. Not really too enticing. You guys want to help me out with some recommendations? Pound Aussie is rocketing. Oh, okay, yep, because of the bad employment data from the Aussies. Let's take a peek at gold. Why not? So I did say yesterday gold could go to the upside, probably to this trend line. Nothing too nice there. Let's see EURCAD. I think this is a good problem to have. This is when you had enough, when you've taken trades for the week and you're sitting pretty nice, but you're just looking for that one more trade to end it off. Man, okay. Maybe Aussie CAD has something for us. Maybe. We missed it. This was the play we should have went for. Help me out, guys. Oh, okay, cool. Use your phone. Hey, Derlin, do you have any pairs you want me to look at for this session? I don't know about you guys, but in Canada it's snowing a ton, so it's pretty disgusting outside. If you're in warm weather, I envy you real bad. But it could be nice. Euro Aussie. Oh, okay. I think we spoke about this maybe 2 weeks ago. I knew we drew this trend line, but okay, nice. So we might have an intraday long on Euro Aussie. A continuation, because of the bulk of the move has happened, and so going off the weekly time frame, we had this trend line we drew I think 2 weeks ago, right? Our first trend line touch, our second, and our third. You can see this nice weekly bullish candle coming off that, and with the bad unemployment data from the Australians, it's going to be good for the Euro Aussie to gain some momentum. So if you look at recent price action, we have 3 levels, right? We have this level right here, this level, and this level. And you can see we've currently closed above this level right here. And so what we're going to be looking for is an attempt to target this next level up here, okay? That in particular is 1.63620. Going to the 4 hour, let's see if there's some sort of entry to take us there. Cool. So this is the level we want to target. Let me just look to the left, see if there's any resistance on our way there. So you can see how good of a level this is. Once, twice, 3 times we had that rejection. We had that short earlier in the month when we shorted from there. And so we're kind of making a push. So let me plot out the stop loss and see if it's worth taking. Because it could retrace, and I don't want to get us caught in that. But 1.66 is not bad. I think our stop loss could be a bit better than that, to be honest. Yeah, 2.0 risk to reward ratio trade to go long for Euro Aussie. 1 hour could retrace. I like what it's doing though. The very small retracements. So you can see when we had this push, We had barely any sellers. We had another push, barely any sellers. So not too many sellers there, so we could just, and people's money is at stake. But as long as you keep the strategy consistent and a clear mind, you should always be on point. I just don't like these three hammers. If it was this candle right here, I'd enter for sure. These three candles are telling me some sellers are coming in. So here's what we'll do. Let's wait for this hourly closure. I'll let you guys know on Telegram if Euro Aussie is good to go, or if it's not. There'll be a simple message like that, and we can see. But for an hourly, intraday setup, this is probably the best way to end off the week. Euro Aussie moves a lot, so we can get a lot of pips in a short amount of time, and I think this is a good setup. So we'll see the hourly closure. We have around 45 minutes to go, and we'll know our answers then. BTC, okay, cool. Why not? This isn't the one. Yesterday for BTC, we did say that it's. Oh, there we go. We got that closure. Let's go. Thank God. I'm so happy. Oh my God. I am not a fan of crypto, but Bitcoin needs to go. Anyways, yeah, so this was original short from up here. We created some support at 8,700, and these past 2 days I've been telling you guys, if we get that closure below, we're headed lower. And yeah, look what we did. A nice bearish closure. We're going lower, boys. We're going lower for Bitcoin, Igor. Hope you heard that. We're going lower for Bitcoin. Hopefully this is not in some blooper reel where Bitcoin just shoots up, but that's what I see. 7,500 sooner or later. But yeah, so I think this is a good spot to end it off. 20-minute session. I'll probably spend some more time on the charts later in the evening. If there's a setup better than your Aussie, I'll call it. But in 45 minutes, make sure you're on the Telegram to know what I think about your Aussie. But yeah, this week, 0 losing trades, very little drawdown for all our trades. I think we're up 200, 220. As long as we're making pips and they're quality trades, we might not reach 300 every week. We just took a lower volume of trades, and that's fine. But through my teaching, hopefully you guys start taking trades of your own. And that way, when there's weeks where, we might have all winning trades, but only 250 pips, you can get your own 100 or 200 pips as well. So it's all about quality and slow compounded growth in Forex. Don't try to shoot for flipping accounts within months. It's just not possible. Before I end this off, I'm going to do a new thing where in every live session, I'm going to do a topic, just like a timeless video. A topic that I think can spread knowledge not just to you but traders of different levels. And today's topic is going to be about account size and risk management. And I've said this before about keep it short. When you're trading and if you're looking to day trade to pay your bills, make sure your account balance can do that. So if you expect to pay your bills with $1,000 account, it's not likely. If you're going to aim for 10 to 15 to 20% a month, that $200 is not going to pay your bills. Now, if you have a $10,000 account and you aim for 10 to 20%, $2,000 can cover rent and food depending on where you live. So make sure you trade that way. I see a lot of people, and I did this my first year, where I opened a $500 account, I blew it. Opened up another $500 account, I blew it. A $1,000 account, blew it. That's $2,000 right there. If I just saved up and made a $2,000 account once and aimed for 10 to 20%, that's an extra $100, $200 a month that can compound, and within 10 months I'd almost double my money. So it's all about that slow growth. I know a lot of people promise this many gains or this many pips, but you have to realize as easy as you make that $500 from a trade, in Forex can easily go as quick. So just some knowledge for you. Just go for that slow compounded growth. Make sure you go for that risk management. 1 to 3% per trade. Aim for around 10 to 20% per month. And don't worry about what other people are doing and what they're gaining. Worry about what your trading history is looking like, because the honest truth is 90% of traders don't withdraw ever. They don't ever withdraw money. So there's a reason for that, and you don't want to follow the herd. So just a little advice, and I hope you guys are enjoying these sessions. We'll do this kind of 2-minute segment every day of the week. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for a free session. If you have a friend, a pal that could start trading or is interested, shoot him a link. It could even be the YouTube link for a live, and maybe it can get some help. So I'm EURJPY Forex. I'm logging off. Have a great day, guys, and happy trading.